Hello. Everybody welcome. Roses like investigate the hell, huh? Okay. I don't know why. It's very like what you call it. The quality of the image is very like grainy. I don't know why. Okay. Okay. So guys, okay, so I have candle here. You know, I realized, guys, okay, hello. Everybody welcome. Roses like investigate the hell, huh? Everybody welcome. Roses like investigate. So okay, so guys, no seriously. So I just wanted to say that. So I apologize. I was a little late here today. Sorry, closing out some programs, and I'm just here to tell you that that I'm gonna get right to it. Okay, guys. I actually liked. I put this yesterday, last night. Okay, so I'm ready, and I elaborated on the questions. Okay, and there's many questions to ask. Okay, and so as far as news, guys, there's also the news about the Supreme Court and the abortion. But I think, you know what, that let's leave it for another day. I think this is so huge, this thing. Okay, that I think it's time for it. Okay, so all right. Yeah, yeah. So no, seriously, so I'm gonna start. Okay, is it okay? Like, and by the way, since there are so many questions, guys, also I have here, I have candle. I decided, you know what it is, guys, to have more protections, you know what I mean, while we do this, because the subject is heavy. And last time I got, you know, as you know, guys, I sometimes I commit the sin of looking too much at the comments. I get distracted sometimes, as you know. It's easy for me to get distracted. It's nobody's fault. It's just it's my mind. So also, guys, you know what I mean? Think about this situation is so serious. So what's going on? You know, what is going on that I have here? I just happen to have a rosary. And this is not, you know, this is not a religious, you know, channel. But you know what I'm saying? It's like it never hurt, you know, some people's, you know what I mean? Because you know, guys, it's heavy, and also because yeah, because you know, I can get distracted, and I have many questions. So I wrote out the questions as you saw. Okay. So what I'm gonna try to do, I don't know, I like, because I do like looking at comments. So I'm gonna try to not look at the comments so much, because there, guys, so many questions. But I want to get to the bottom of it. Okay. I want to get the bottom of it, because can you believe the trash? And he pretends like, oh, Russia hocus, Russia hocus, Russia hocus. Like, no, no, not true. How do you know? Like, can you believe that? And guys, you know, out of all the terrible things that he does and that he doesn't care. Like the fact that he doesn't care about, and he doesn't even pretend to care about whoever, like, you know, the soldier who has passed away, or the families that, you know, I mean, just like, wow, it's unreal. You know, when you think about it, he doesn't care. He clearly doesn't care. Okay. And as he gets older, you know, I think there is less and less of like an attempt to pretend. Okay, you know, like he, you know, can you imagine, like, did you see the thing that he said? Oh, not that there is not that many attacks. Yeah, he's you know, again, like I said, he's gaslighting. And I'm telling you guys, during the briefing, I said before, like on Friday, he gaslights people. Okay, he tells the intelligence agents, no, are you sure you heard it right? No, I don't think this is true. Like he challenges them, you know, because no, I no. Yeah. Did I, you know, I always wonder, guys. I don't know if I did. You know, actually, Teresa's asking, did you forget the protection prayer on Friday? You know, I almost wonder. I remember having this thought. Did I forget? I don't know that I forgot. I know what it is. I did. I don't think I did because of the candle. I don't remember, guys. You know, anyway, I have now. I'm gonna do the protection, and then I'm gonna do the go straight to the questions. Okay, so I just want to say hello. Okay, so like ask for protection. Beautiful real light, huh? Coming on top of my head. As I breathe in, I feel my lungs. As I breathe out, I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. Step into it. I feel protected. Step into it. I feel connected. I like to ask that information come only from the highest sources. That it create the good, and only the good, the good for the good people, the good for the good people. Okay, so so we're glad to hear. So I'm gonna start. Okay, so hi guys. Since Friday, there has been more information about this dreadful story of the Russian bounties for Americans in Afghanistan. I wanted to post the questions here ahead of time. I am sure tomorrow will be a day full of break, which is a day, right? So, okay, so there are many questions on. Let's see articles, comments, and then questions. Also, the midst of this, Trump went golfing. No, can you imagine? I care. I care. Like imagine like somebody you're supposed to care about dies, and you're like, oh, I'm going golfing. It's the perfect time for me golfing. I golfing. Think about it. Like, under what world is that appropriate answer? Okay, I'm sorry. He's supposed to be the leader of the country. Like, he goes golfing. He goes golfing. Okay, he goes golf. I'm sorry, like that's I don't want to get nervous, but I just like, wow. I don't know what's worse. You know what I mean? All of it is terrible, and it continues to be terrible because he. It's not that I expected anything else out of him, guys, but every single corner he gives the evidence that he is as garbage as he is. Okay, like really, right? He never disappoints. Okay, okay. So the question, I'm going to go through the question. So the first question is, what was Trump thinking over the weekend after the news broke? No. You know, I guess what I see this thing is like he's looking over his shoulder. Okay? Looking over his shoulder in the sense that I think he wants to like he want, he the whole thing with the golf is like he's pretending like nothing's happening. Part one. Okay, part is like, oh, whatever. I go golfing. I golfing. So I could do it. Can do anything. I go golfing. It's what I do. He's like, I go golfing. Whatever, big deal. And so he's pretending to be casual, like whatever, nothing. Because really, guys, I mean, he's actually not lying. For like, how do I say this? He's not lying about who he is. He really does not care. Okay, he's not. At least I don't know what's worse, by the way, but I feel like he doesn't really care that this like he's nervous, but he's not his emotional condition is not like he doesn't change. If it, oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to act like I care. Somebody died. Like he doesn't really care, and he's not. So for him, it's just that he's like he should just go ahead with his life because nothing happened from his perspective. Okay, like you know what I mean. He doesn't feel like he has to act like anything happened because the moment this is the thing, guys, it's kind of like the moment he acts like what's happening with Russia is real, that is his downfall. So it's sort of like the kryptonite concept. Okay, is that if he lets it like if he lets it if he take it seriously or even admits the slightest, he is like within. It's like I see him seeing like a circle, like yeah, like a little circle. Okay, I'll get something to show you. 1 second. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I have something to. 1 second. Okay, so as I was saying here, it's like the whole thing, okay, with Russia is like so I don't know if this is like something like this, like it's almost like like a puddle or something that he has to avoid, like stay away. So Russia issues in the past. So he can't even be close to it because the moment he steps into it, it's like a huge, it's a trap for him. So he has to pretend like, no, it's not real. It means nothing. All of this. Okay. So this is it. So that's it. Okay. So he's like, so okay. At the same time, I do feel like he's nervous. And the question is, guys, okay, so why I know okay, I know he gets paid, guys, if he goes golfing, but I was just like, he gets reimbursed or whatever you call it. He gets money for his golf courses. But I'm just like, wow, do you really have why do you have to go golfing? Okay. Why do you have to go golfing in this? What is the purpose of golfing for him? I was like, I hate my job. I hate my job. I hate my job. You know what? If I go golfing, I do what I want. I do what I want. I go like whatever golf. I'm here and I'm doing my thing. There's nobody like around, like kind of like looking at me and they look at me because I'm hot, but it's just mostly about I could do what it's like he feels free. Like he's not, that's what it is, guys. You know what? It's the White House. He doesn't own the building, like literally does not literally own the building. So he doesn't feel like, I could be free. Okay. And it's also, he gets like, I think he hates his job. Okay. Unfortunately for us, he hates his job. It's obvious, but he feels at ease. Okay. He feels at ease. Okay. And that's it. He feels at ease. Like whatever. He hates his job. He feels free. And he doesn't, he, on top, I get paid for being here. I get reimbursed. So he, there, in other words, guys, there is a total detachment. The thing that just happened in the press, it makes him nervous, but he does not care at all. Like it's even like, even to think that like from his, I'm seeing this from his perspective. Okay. From his perspective, it's such a minor. So what? People die every single day. Is it my fault? No, it's not my fault. That's how he thinks. That's how he thinks. Okay. 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 Then okay. Okay, so Pasa here, and I wrote here what Audrey said about his response, okay, which was possibly another fabricated Russia hoax, maybe by fake news. New York Times looks wanting to make Republicans look bad. How can the military? Okay, oh, this is what Audrey wrote. Okay, the military stand by and do nothing. Okay, that's another question. Let me there. I think I asked about the military. Okay, so that's it. So what is his, does he have a strategy for dealing with this, or does he hope it's going to go away? What the hell? And this is, I think, where I'm feeling this coming in, guys. He's like, the more he feels like it's getting close to him, the more emboldened he feels to hate the country. I'm serious. It's like he thinks that it's like, and his sick mind is like this. You pointed out that this happened. He thinks that you're picking on him. Okay. He's picking on him and those things. Okay. And so that's what he thinks. Okay, he think you're picking on him and he doesn't, so he feels more emboldened to be even meaner. Okay, because he thinks that he has the right to do anything he wants, and people who pick on him are nagging, just nagging on me. Like, what the hell is wrong with them? Okay, what the hell? He gets, he's a mean, horrible person, but it makes him feel justified. I'm serious. Okay, this is how, from his perspective. Barbara is asking, do you think he's a flight risk? Okay, I read this online. Somebody had mentioned something like this. I have a question about this, Barbara. So keep it, just wait, okay? So I'm gonna look into this. I don't think, we'll see. Okay. Now, let me follow again. Let me follow the questions here. Like I said, I'm avoiding looking at the comments too much because I don't want to get distracted. Okay. So why did he go golfing? Is this habit of golfing? This is an interesting question. I believe it was Elle who raised it. Okay, it was really interesting because, guys, have you noticed that, for example, all the mobsters, like John Gotti, for example, it was really hard to get him because he would never go inside because everything is bugged, right? So they would always talk outside. So they had to like find ways to, to do things. So is this why he goes golfing? Because remember, guys, was how it happened with Lindsey Graham. That Lindsey Graham, first how he changed his, like, went golfing Lindsey Graham, like, at first, and that's when we think like, he blackmailed. Okay, but that's my question. Like, why is it because he needs to talk, secret? I have secret for my house. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, why does he, is there a purpose, like a mafia talk kind of purpose? Okay, is that why? I'm just curious. Okay, is that why? Okay. Yes, partially yes. Because he's saying, guys, like he is a very. Do you remember their story about how there was a, I forgot who it was, like some article or like a something about how he was friends. He called the wife, like, okay, he had friends. The friends were a couple, so he got the husband to cheat on the wife. He recorded the thing, and then he called the wife at this. He did something like this crazy that he would like expose the husband to the wife just for fun, to see, like create real pain on people. And but he was very Machiavellic like that. And but the interesting thing about it, he used to be able to do all this on the phone and joke about it and have fun or whatever from his perspective, right? But now he knows that most things are like being, he doesn't trust the walls, okay? So when he wants to do these mean things like, hey, I got something on you, you know what I'm saying? Like, how those people like that, they have a way of saying things that is very I don't know how to explain it. They just have a way of dropping it, like kind of like casual. It's very casual kind of thing. Okay. So yes, there part of it is he feels more at ease. Like, you know what I think, guys? This is very sad. This is awful, but it's true. He thinks that the White House is like a job. It's like, oh, I have to act like a president or whatever. Like he thinks that it's a job. And so he leaves his job and goes home. Home is anywhere except the White House. Doesn't make sense. He doesn't feel comfortable. He doesn't feel comfortable doing this. He hates the, he really doesn't like being in the White House. So that's partially why I think he feels like to be himself, because he obviously is a very unpresidential like person. So okay, so that's that. Okay, so that's why, and he likes, yes, he likes to drop his games. Okay, now okay, now okay. So the next question, and this is connected to the question that I had. Okay, the next question is, did he talk to Putin about this a scandal over the weekend? And or I didn't mention not just Putin, but anybody like who could help him connected to Putin or something like that. Okay. What was he actually doing over the week? I'm going to ask about the Lindsey Graham conversation, but other than that, what is he doing there? I see him golfing. What else? Getting messaging messages. Somebody hands him an envelope. But yeah, there's messages. Messages. Okay. And I feel like people call him. There's like some like people leave messages for him there or something. There is something about that. Okay, other than Lindsey Graham, who there was like other, yeah. I guys, honestly, I feel like he goes to these places and then he meets with like foreign, not foreign attachés, like people from foreign countries who want to do quote unquote deals with him. Like in other words, like it's saying that there's people, I see like somebody who looks kind of Middle Eastern to me. I don't know what country, but it could be, I don't know, Egypt. There's like a military uniform for some reason. I don't know, it could be Egypt, but I'm just saying that the way that it works with him, like if you want something from the US as a country, you go to him and ask to build a Trump Tower. Like this is how bad it is. It's like he gives you time if you reward his personal businesses, okay? And that's when so foreign governments understand that if they want to have time with the president of the US, all they have to do is spend money on his brand. And this is why, you remember how the whole thing that it explains like why China gave like Ivanka the whatever, all those things. It's because he demands something in return. Like it's not a foreign policy, okay? You know what I mean? It's not foreign policy. It's like it's a quid pro quo, truly, okay? Like you have to give him something if if you want, if let's say you're a country that needs to, I don't know, help in the US to help something, I don't know, I don't know what, then you have to do is to buy, like talk to Jared really talk to Jared to see if you can work something out with him, and then that Jared's like, yeah, put in a good word for you kind of thing. Okay, I'm serious. And the other thing, guys, how I'm seeing Corey Lewandowski, that guy, he's now a lobbyist, okay? But what he's saying, he has deal with lobbyists that says something like, if you do, if the Trump administration does something for a person or a corporation, then there's a thing that then he says, okay, I need a cut out of it. So he gets a cut out of the things, okay? Like it's all completely corrupt 100%. Okay, time. Okay, hi Tess. So okay, I'm following the questions here. So again, so did he talk to Putin directly about this over the weekend? No, I don't think he did. I see Putin like he's like playing billiards. Maybe it's like he's just. I think Putin he's in loving it. Really, this seems like he doesn't want to. No, obviously he's like no. That. He's like Putin is smarter than that. He would not expose himself not at this stage. Okay, he's like whatever. Let him. He likes when Trump is this desperate. Okay, okay, okay. So, okay, so did he talk to Putin after the original briefing? In other words, back in March, right? That, or I think when it happened originally, he was briefed about it or something like that. Okay, so did he talk to Putin about it afterwards? No. Oh my God, you know why, guys? Because he doesn't want. He is very afraid of Putin, and he doesn't want to confront him. He does not want to confront him about anything. It's like he does like I don't dare ask him for anything. No, I can't because he's really he's like walks on eggshells about oh is Putin gonna be okay if I ask him? No. Putin is too important. I don't want to upset him with these kinds of things. Like that. That's really how he is. He's very like that. Okay. He's like, but Putin, he's gonna yell at me. I don't wanna he's completely like submissive to Putin, guys. That's it. I mean, no, no, because he thought he was like, I don't want to say anything. Like, I really don't think he, no, I do not believe he brought anything up with Putin. Okay. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Okay. Because, like I said, because, okay, okay, did he talk to Putin? No, because guys, okay, seriously, the relationship they have is literally like Putin tells him what to do. The end. That's as far as the relationship goes. Okay. Wow, it's very nice, man. I love him. I love him. He's great, man. Right? No, I'm saying, guys, it's not. It is. It's almost shocking, but it's not shocking, right? We know he's like, listen, this is what I want. This, and that. I want this, and that. He's afraid. Yeah, he's afraid of him, and he, like I said, he waits for orders. He would not dare. I would never dare tell him what I really think. Like what? Oh no, no, like that. That's how he acts. And remember how Helsinki, his body language, how he was like so meek around him. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So I feel like honestly, he didn't want to. He because okay, this is why I think he may not have brought it up because he thinks that's a very minor issue. Okay, he doesn't. Who somebody died. Millie soldiers. That's what they sign up for. They sign up to die. Like he doesn't. I mean, seriously, guys, he doesn't care. I'm serious. I'm not even. I'm not exaggerating. I'm seriously. He's like, what is that like a thing? Am I supposed to like act like I care? Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. So now the other question, because guys, this is it. Okay, putting aside, let me just see here. I almost want to confirm with the cards because I almost don't believe it. I almost don't believe it hasn't told Putin. Okay, so because okay, I was it I think I don't like Ari, but somehow I had it on just now, and there was the foreign ministry spokesperson. He was talking, he was very dramatic. Obviously he's lying, the guy lies about everything. But what I thought was interesting is that he's so dramatic, and he was talking to the US media, meaning I think they're desperate. There's really bad things could happen to Russia because of this, even regardless of the US. Okay, even though they do this, it's a different story if it becomes a thing, you know what I mean? Because NATO and so forth, they are always provoking, though, like all bullies. They always push the boundaries, they always want to find the boundaries, and you know what I'm saying? They're extremely aggressive, and they are always like, and this is what diplomats say with Russia, you always have to like, it cannot let something pass. You can't. That's like they say, when you deal with Russia, you have to show that you're strong. That's the only way they respect you. So because Trump has never done anything that shows any, you know what I mean? Hello, 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 we know that, right? He's never acted like he, like, oh, he's never asked Putin for anything, for like, right? So sorry, I have this other, try to use the drawing thing but it doesn't work. Okay, so I have to go back here. Sorry, I'm gonna put the card somewhere else. So like, yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, that's what it is. He doesn't, I think this is a whole other story, but okay, okay, just 1 second. Okay, sorry. So here, okay, again. Sorry. Hello, would you like some cards? Okay. So, okay. So let's go here. Put it aside again. Change. Okay. So does Putin? This is the thing. Did Putin know that we know? Did they know that we know? I don't even. I think they suspected, but I'm not sure they knew. They didn't know the extent. They felt like there was a suspicion, but there was like how would they? There it wasn't sure about the extent of how much they knew. Okay. Okay. Because guys, it's telling me here the Russians were selling the Taliban arms. They were saying we sell you arms, but also we give you some discounts or money even, because that's what they found. They found cash. That's how they figured it out. Okay, they found cash among the Taliban things. Okay, so so this is they. So this is the thing. Now they thought, okay, and I told you guys, I posted the thing about the whole story about the actually, did I share with you? I didn't even share with you. I talked about Bellingcat. There's a the military unit that is assigned to this. It's not just harmful because the military unit is the one that kills people. Okay, so it's serious. The situation is serious. Like they're not joking around. It's not conversation. It's not trolling. It's doing killing. You know what I mean? Like it's in other words like rewarding killings. Okay, so it's bad. Okay. Okay. So now, did they know? That's why no, they suspected. Okay, they suspected. No, didn't know that we. Okay. Okay. Now, now, did he talk to Putin after the original briefing? Okay. See, this is the weird story. I feel like Putin. This is the thing. Putin usually tells him what to do, and he's aware of everything. There's people telling him stuff. Okay, but I don't think that there's even a question. This is what's weird to me. It's like there's no even. It's like totally like he or pushes him around totally. He completely pushes him around. Okay, hi Christine. Okay, so he pushes him around completely. Okay, so that's the thing. It's interesting. This okay. So okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. So no. Okay. So okay. So why? Okay. So guys, this is okay. Okay, okay, there's not okay. Let me just go make sure I follow this because I have many. I'm still doing the okay. So this thing is immediately after the original. I don't think that he did. Okay, I don't know that he did. Okay, now not immediately after. For some reason, like I said, for that reason that I told you before, that he doesn't. I don't want to bother him. He's busy. He's very busy. I don't want to bother him. Bother him, no. Bother him. I know bother him, no. No bother him. I'm afraid of him. I'm afraid of him. That's it. He doesn't. Okay. Now, okay, this is an interesting question. Okay, so how is he communicating with Putin and Russians right now? Are these calls being recorded by US intel agencies? Okay, because we know, regardless of this, he is talking to Putin on and off, or with, I don't know. So how does he communicate with Putin? Okay, I may have asked this question before, but I think it's relevant to this. Okay, okay. So how is he talking to Putin? There's like people, there's messages like in writing, guys. Somebody delivers or he wrote. And I think that, guys, I told you before, Dan Scavino is the social, I think there's social media messages that are like the orders for him. Okay, what to do. Okay. And so he tells him, he's like the guy he's not a translator because it's not in Russian, but he tells him that the thing to what to say, what to do. And then they copy from Russian instructions, kind of like, it's not like a spy thing, but it's more like he copies the propaganda, kind of like what he does with Fox News. Okay, he sees what they say and he kind of repeats it. Okay, so okay, so now on the phone, I know he did talk on the phone. So how is it when he talks to Putin on the phone? Are the U.S. intelligence agencies recording it somehow? Okay, yeah, they're saying NSA has to record it, but they guys remember the story about the special server where they don't let many people have access to it or something. I think they have okay, something like this. They try not to, okay, but obviously the Russians have all of it, and okay, So how does he, okay, so okay, this is like a really big question. It's gonna take time, but I feel like it's related. How does Putin shape U.S. policy? Because he clearly has, guys, he has, out of all the people that Trump pays, gets money from and whatever, Putin has the most control over him, I think. So how does Putin shape U.S. policy through Trump? How does he push Trump to do things? Okay, stuff like this. Okay, how does he do that? He says, well, if you want this and that, he keeps, guys, he keeps promising him like riches and like, because, Trump is very monetary based. Okay. And then he says, he is like the good cop, bad cop thing. He says, well, you'll be so nice if we had a good relationship. So many wonderful things could happen. It's so pleasant, but it's a little unpleasant when things don't go our way, don't you think? So he does that. Okay, so he does that. It's kind of like he's a really, guys, he's a brilliant manipulator. Okay, so he knows how to trigger Trump's like need for approval. I told you before, it's very complicated. I think he's sort of like almost in love with Putin. Seriously, guys, he craves for his approval. And he's like, oh, he's answered the call. Like he's so like this. He's so like, oh my God, does he like care about me and stuff? He's like that all the time. So okay, so that's how he talks to him about like the things he wants. And ultimately, guys, there's the big payouts. And I told you before, I don't know that he received all the money, and he still has debts. This is the thing. This still has debts to these oligarchs, I think. And it's kind of, it's not, how do I say this? It's not overt. It's not said in a very direct way. Like, if you don't do this, I'm going to do that. Okay. But he knows, because you know what it is, guys. This is the thing. Trump blackmailed people in the past. So he's basically had what Putin is doing to him. Is what he has done to others in the past. Okay, but the stakes are much higher now, higher than ever. Okay, so he knows that Putin, he's like, but he think, he's really a very weak person. Okay, he doesn't have what it takes to be a president, but he's like, as long as Putin tells me what to do, I could be a big guy. That's it. I'm a big, why does he like, it's not just because he owes the Russia everything. He's like, but I'm a big guy, so I like big presidents that have like military, he likes to look big, and he looks, because he's very small down there. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just because of that, but you see what I'm saying? He's very insecure, and that's what he wants. He wants to like look really like powerful, and so that's how. Okay, okay. Oh my God, guys, it's so awful. Can you believe this is reality? Like, that's real. It's not a joke. Like, it's not, I'm not making it up, okay? Exactly. Exactly. I'll just say, Putin's KGB, this is what he does. Trump is an idiot. He could be exactly. And guys, the easy thing about Trump is flattery. Like a person, he's so easy. And guys, for example, personally hate flattery. I'm always very suspicious when people say, not, it's not to say nice things, but I'm like, you could tell when someone is flattery is always empty, right? And Trump is the type of person who will fall for that shit. It's so easy. Like, I'm very transparent. Like, as a person, I say what I think, whatever. But some people it's easier to manipulate a person like that, because he's so like, as long as you flatter him and say he's the greatest thing in the world, he'll do what you want. He's so, you know what I mean? Think about it. He's so gullible in that way. He's completely incapable of saying no to someone who will flatter him. It's easy, like for a foreign power that wants something, right? Like, it's not that complicated. But Putin, like I said, guys, he has dirt on Trump, and Trump owes money to the Russians. So it's a double whammy here. Okay, and he's the genius of manipulation, of like, because guys, can I tell you something? You know how they hate Peter Strzok? Like, Peter Strzok is the head of the part of the FBI that found the illegals, those illegals. And I'm listening to all these audiobooks about early, the personality of Putin, what he did before. You know what he did? He was the head of the illegals program when he was in East Germany, okay, with the Stasi. So think about it. That's what he did his whole life. That's how was actually his job, is to do this. His literal job was this, dealing, because apparently he is to deal with assets, or whatever, agents, or not agents. It's like the people, for example, this is all these like far left characters in East Germany that would be quote unquote terrorists. They had like these movements that were like, in Germany in the 70s, they existed. I think he supposedly handled them directly or something like that. Okay, so that makes sense. okay, because that's his job. He would like taught, and the books that I'm listening to, they would say like, oh, Putin, it was a genius. Like he would tell you what you want to hear. He would become a different person depending on the character he was talking to that day. Okay, so you know what I mean. So it's just like, this is like, okay, like that was the thing about him. Okay, now, okay, very interesting, now, guys, and this is interesting. It's all visions. Okay, let me know. I don't know if I don't get to the cards moment yet. Okay, we're gonna get to cards, but I feel like this is very fluid. Okay, is it okay with you? I hope it's okay. No, okay. So, okay. So now the other question. Now this is now we got to other things. Okay. So okay, let me before I skip, because it's a kind of like this question is kind of dropped here. Okay. So talking about Trump's weekend, going back to the topic of the weekend. Okay. You saw that Lindsey Graham went to see Trump over the weekend when he was golfing. So what did Trump and Lady G discuss this Sunday, huh? I know. What do we love, what do you oh, what did they talk today, this Sunday? What did they talk Sunday, huh? I like it. Because guys, since he was have you noticed that I feel like Lindsey Graham is more rebellious lately? I wonder it's because he got more comfortable with the Lady G thing. But still, I like to know what were they talking, what was conversations like? What was conversations? Okay, so tell me. It's kind of funny because I feel like he's talking about some Senate thing, okay? You know what it is the Biden. Like, oh, are you gonna get subpoena Biden? Are they gonna subpoena Biden? Are you subpoena Biden? Because that's what he wants. He's like, how are you attacking Biden? Are you attacking him? Attacking him? Attack him for me. Attack him for me. But what's funny is that Lindsey Graham, he's bolder now. He thinks it's like he knows all about my past, and so I can like I don't know. It's not okay. It's not this. It's like he's like everybody knows. He feels bolder and stronger because the stuff has partially come out, and as I we talked about it at the time, it weakens him. Like it weakens Trump for Lindsey Graham because he doesn't have as much power anymore. So he kind of like he on the one hand he's the purpose of the conversation was mostly this whole thing of Biden and the Senate. And so he doesn't even ask Lindsey Graham what to do. It's not how it is. You kind of have to tell. It's like I guess I'm understanding here. That's how you tell. That's what you tell Trump. You just like okay, just tell him. So he's like President Trump. Have you heard the story of what was the name? Aldrich Ames. He worked in the CIA and he went to prison for a really long time. Like I don't know if he goes that far, but he lets it be known, like in a really subtle way. It's hard to explain it, how he drops it. It's like, gosh, wasn't this terrible about Aldrich Ames? And like, those people like, oh, can you believe there was all these people betraying their country? Oh my God. He kind of says it this way, and he's like, when he leaves, he's happy about it. Like Lindsey Graham because he feels like he's giving it back to him. Yeah, no, not in a mob code, more like kind of like slightly saying dropping it and in a way that doesn't step on Trump. It's kind of like he's like kind of making it known. He's not directly saying, look, you could go down for this, but he's in his own way, he's doing it, okay? Okay, so I feel like I don't believe that Lindsey Graham is as close. He's quote unquote an ally, but he's not that close to Trump that he feels he could say something like that to him, like, "Hey, you should drop out. You could go to prison." But no, but you can't. No, 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 Ted. But this is the thing. You could be subtle with Trump in a way, just the way that you see when when blackmail people. You know how he says on Twitter, he says, "Oh, it would be he's such a nice guy. Too bad he can't do this or that, or too bad it would be terrible if something would happen to him." It's similar. Like, you're such a great guy. Gosh, thank God you're not like you could. You know what I mean? Thank God you're not like Aldrich Ames, or like somebody like, or there's ways that you don't say it directly. You know what I mean? But you don't say like, "Hey, Trump, you're treason. You're doing treason. If you don't do this and that, you're gonna go to jail. You're gonna get death penalty." You alluded by mentioning a person that has done something similar to the thing you've done. Okay, doesn't make sense. It's like not that overt because Trump could never. If you act like you're telling him something that is an order, he gets mad, okay? You know what I mean? Because guys, Trump, see, because this is the thing about Trump. He's not the capo. He's acting like one, but he's not. The capo is Putin, all those people, okay? And the oligarchs. So, okay, so this is the thing. He's not the guy. He's part of it, but he's not really the money maker. Like, he's just an employee in some ways, okay? But he has to act like he's the big guy his whole life, except that he isn't. Okay, he's owned by others, okay? Okay, now let me go back here. Okay, so he's, he kind of dropped he's like, because I see Lindsey Graham going back like kind of happy with himself. Yeah, I told him. I told him. So it's not as if he becomes something like he acts, he does something, or because guys, as you know, I don't think that Trump, I feel like people were calling him a grassy, like a lot of people, like GOP people calling him, he's like, he doesn't want to tell them anything. It goes back to the image I drew earlier about the, like the puddle kind of look, I'm not going near there, whatever, it's nothing, who cares, they want to, so he's denying this whole thing. Okay, now going back, then I'm here in the, guys, you can look at the list of questions. Okay, I'm following. So going back to now let's go to the consequences, okay, of this. Now we talked about this, the weekend, the thing. So going back to the order here, what is going to be the consequence for Russia about this? Okay, so first I'm going to ask about, Eva had asked, because this is important, guys, because the whole story was that the Taliban was paid for the heads. It's terrible, no? For the deaths of the alliance, so it's not just the US, also the UK. Okay, so that's also why they were told. But at the same time, the UK has the same exact problem as we do, because they have a government that is like owned by Russians. Okay, so it's an interesting question. I'm sure they have a really, really good military, the UK, so they're going to want to do something. But it's the same thing we have here. Is like we have those people are owned. Okay, so what is going to happen? Okay, so here, thanks to Eva, say US intel agencies have told UK counterparts because UK soldiers were also targeted. Given Boris Johnson's government relationship with the shady Russians through Brexit, will the UK react and how? And then right below it, I wrote, will NATO react? Because maybe they were, who knows? I have to also bring up NATO, okay? But so what's going on here with the UK? Okay. So guys, it's a really tense situation. So this is the thing. I see that there's a meeting with Boris Johnson, and he's very like, and he's just like very similar to Trump. He's a joker. He's a cynical person. He's like, oh, is that so? Is that so? Oh, are you sure? Could it have come from somebody else? Are you sure it really did come from Russia? How do we really truly know it was them? Oh, sure. It was. I feel like there's, they don't. He doesn't get that much detail about, because they're afraid he could also share the intel with them. Okay, but he gets enough information that it's, they're saying yes, it's true. Da da da. So he's like, oh, okay. So nothing is done, and of course I see the shadow image of the Dominic Cummings, who is totally connected to them. Okay, so then there's a kind of like a pause, and then I see the image of NATO, the NATO head, whatever, like I don't know who these people are, just all people in military uniform, different countries. So there is something about, I told you guys before about the Arctic Sea. Okay, they are monitoring the Russian position in the Arctic Sea. They see, guys, there's another, let me pause here. Okay, I didn't post this, but I didn't post this today because I thought it's too much. Okay, but over the weekend I saw this like very small news. Okay, about how they have picked up on radioactive particles near the Arctic. near, in Russia, okay? Like, or like Finland or some other country like nearby, okay, picked up on this, which is something, this is the first thing that happened, but apparently this is similar to what happened with Chernobyl right before it happened. So, and guys, the story, how like there had been like before explosions with some submarine. Remember the story? And why are they there? Because I think it has to do with the internet cables. We talked about it before, right? So I think NATO, I don't know if they're targeting something in the Arctic. They know that they have military exercises there sometimes. Okay, that's another thing. And there's something there. I think okay, you know what it is? They are kind of like, I don't want to say that they're preparing what to do. They're kind of like seeing what they have, like, okay, what are they're kind of meeting about it and what are the options. The same with the UK. Okay. So it's because the decision is not necessarily theirs to make. Okay. They're waiting for, like, it's like the good thing about this thing, okay, is that everybody is now in action, kind of like the snake waiting for, the lion. I come running for meat. Like they're ready, it's like getting ready for attack position, but not, not overt war, but they're wondering what to do. Okay, that's the UK and that's the US. Okay. Okay, next. Now then what about us? Like, okay, let's, because it's basically it's the love triangle. Love triangle. The NATO, us, okay, and then and the UK. Okay, so what about our military? Are they thinking of doing something like in terms of just the military stuff? Okay, they like looking at things to blow up, because, but the thing that this is the thing, guys, why this is such a tense situation, because Trump is in power, and they know that Trump was not going to declare war on Russia, but it only gets to a point, you know what I mean? You can only take so much without saying kicking it back. Now, I will have a question, and I hadn't listed this question, but I have to ask it. I remember, guys, a long time ago when I was like, there was some sort of ship situation. I remember this, that they attack us and Trump says, don't attack back. I did think it was a Navy thing, but is this the thing that I saw? Because it's a similar situation from the big perspective where they attack America and he says, don't do anything. Remember? Or he pretends nothing happened. He doesn't want to talk about it. The circumstances are similar. Is this the thing, or is there going to be something else? Okay. Is this the thing that breaks the, you know what I mean, guys? Because this is okay. Okay. So what happens is that, yeah, well, I said, yeah, there's been more. We don't know yet, guys. There's more that we don't know about. It's saying, and it could be more. Like, they're not, guys, they're saying the thing about Russia is that they're not going to suddenly stop being aggressive. That's their game, the bully game. Scare people. It's like a chihuahua who barks loud. Okay. They don't have that much money. Okay. They don't have that much money. So they keep being aggressive. Okay. So Trump, guys, this is it. Okay. Right. Like, what kind of person knows this and does nothing? Okay. And this is a pattern. It's, if it was just an isolated thing, no, it's a pattern where he lets Russia get away with everything. Okay. Okay. Next. Okay. So yeah. So he does. Okay. So is this, okay, what makes, okay. Okay. This is, guys, don't get scared. Okay. But I'm going to ask, will NATO and the US military and the UK military move on Russia? Are they going to do something about Russia? Eventually, like even after Trump, or not, or it's going to happen. They're saying they feel the best move is really to do financial issues, okay, because they're like, they don't want to hurt the Russian people, they want to hurt the top people. But since Trump is in power, it's harder. They're saying the best thing is to cutting the finances, okay. But okay, but then, okay, so are they gonna be, yeah, I think there's things they could do, but there has to be an okay, there has to be a buy-in from the entire government. And I think, guys, this is the thing. This is like, well, so I have to tell you this, okay? They are, I think, is the Joint Chiefs of Staff. They're considering what to do in the event that Trump leaves. Because, guys, it's not, you don't have to be psychic, okay? You look at Trump, there's a high likelihood he could leave. Whether it's because voluntary or they have to remove him, it's the same thing in terms of the Russian thing, because they could use this moment to, we don't know, guys, what he's capable of doing and what Russia is capable of doing when he leaves. So they have to prepare. That's their job, is to prepare for these situations. Okay. So are they preparing for this? Okay. In some sort of military? Yes, they know the positions, they do this and this. Okay. So, okay. So So what happens? Okay, so yeah, so but they have, guys, I said before, I think there's a delay. Remember how I said something like if Trump does leave, when he leaves, he could they have to kind of create a delay of some sort because they don't want the Russians to know immediately as it's happening. You know what I mean? Because then they could do something just because they have that knowledge. So that's why, you know, guys, you know what I'm understanding here? They could even say like that Trump, quote unquote, went to the hospital. You know what I mean? Like, you know how he truly did go to the hospital that one time, warn something that, the hospital, the military hospital. I think they could try to say something like, oh, he has to go, has to go for the visit in the hospital. And then he, you know what I mean? But they can't say that he has to, they're like, hey, he's walking out. Like, it's a complicated thing. It has to be planned. It's not it's spontaneous. Walter Reed, that's right. Okay. So, okay. So, oh my God. Okay. So, okay. Oh my God, guys, can you believe it? So, okay. Guys, okay, okay. I ask this question. These are difficult questions to ask, but I have to ask because, and don't be scared. Okay, I do not believe we're gonna have some sort of war, huge war, but I want to ask, what are I don't think we're gonna have a war, but what are the chances that because guys, okay, I'm sorry, Russia are like rats or like mice, so, or like roaches. Like it's a plague. You have to like they're just kind of like so annoying. They're constantly they're just trash. I'm sorry, like I have to say this, okay? Constantly bothering, constantly like sabotaging, like they're like I'm sorry, I'm so tired of this bullshit, okay? It's not their fault. Okay, no, this is their fault. What I'm saying, like, Trump is mostly responsible for this. He gave them a lot of rope and he gave them the ability to do this. So he's worse than them. But still, it's like, come on. When is somebody gonna do something about this bullshit? I'm gonna put some order in that motherfucking house. I'm sorry to say it like this. You know what I mean? Like, come on, you let these guys do whatever they want. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so tired of this. Like, they're just trashing everything and messing around. Somebody has got to put a limit to these mother. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. Like, somebody's gonna do something or not. What the hell? Okay, seriously, what the? Okay, I'm sorry. Renting here, renting. But really, come on. How are we gonna stop? This is the question, guys. How is the world gonna stop Russia without creating a war? That's the question, maybe. Okay. How are we gonna stop Russia without it becoming a war? Okay, like, because nobody wants a war. Nobody wants like casualties like that. Okay. But how are we gonna do that? Okay. Seriously. Okay. Seriously. Okay. How are we gonna do that? Yeah, it's saying, guys, it's saying, what I see is the money. Freeze their bank accounts. That's it. Guys, can I tell you something? It's kind of funny. The easiest way to do this is I'm sorry, I don't mean anything bad by Cyprus, the country, but if you bomb Cyprus, Russia goes down because that's where the money laundering operations are, okay? If you stop the money laundering, they're gonna cut their wings because the okay, that's the thing. Just go after the money, freeze the money completely. No questions. I have it here for me. It's mine. It's mine. So just, that's it, guys. Just take their money, period. That's it. It stops. Okay. Guys, it's saying, can I tell you something that I see? And this would be really interesting if it happens. It's there's something called Swift. If you ever transfer money abroad, you need to use a system called Swift. Okay. And there, I read this before that there was a talk. This will be like extreme measure to remove Russia from Swift, which is the money. Like, you cannot transfer. Imagine you can't transfer money ever. Like, that's it, over for them, because all their mafia situation is going to be, they're going to be with all this. The point of like money laundering is that you have this money that's stolen. If you can't wash it off, you can't use it. Okay. So that's what has to happen. Like, I think they have to kick them out of the financial system. How, like Iran, exactly like Iran. Okay. Like in the same system where like they have to create a serious. Okay. But the difference, guys, the difference between Iran and Russia is that Iran has a lot of dirt on a lot of politicians, and they're probably going to get, that's the consequence. I think they're going to release the dirt they have on people. Okay. And that, this is, guys, can I tell you how they got, this is how they got there, where they went, they are. because they have the dirt through Epstein and others. Okay, honestly, Epstein was selling the honestly. This is what I'm coming here. The blackmail stuff, they have it all on a lot. They have a huge database of blackmail guys, very powerful people, and that's how they get things. Okay, I'm sorry. That's what I see. Okay, so as long as they can blackmail people, they could get things. So the the downfall. Okay, how do I say this? The price for the West for going after Russia is that a lot of very wealthy people and politicians that have sold themselves to Russia, they're going to be exposed because then this is, and guys, I would be thankful for them if they release everything they have on everybody. Okay, I'm sorry, they should, because the moment it's out, the bullshit is over. Okay, the moment we know, the bullshit is over. Okay, you know how they guys, they use WikiLeaks to release the thing. Okay, then might as well just release everything. Okay, said for the really guys, but politicians everywhere, the UK, the US, Poland, Brazil, yeah, everybody, like everybody, they, you know what I'm saying, like everybody. So just release it. Tell truth and tell truth. Okay, and now this is okay. Another thing. Okay, so the reason, this is the thing, guys. This is the reason. Let me tell you the reason why getting rid of Putin is not the answer necessarily. It's because, and I'm really, guys, I seriously have like one audiobook that I have from Audible, the other is from the public library. And there's one of them, I don't even know, it's one about like the background, the KGB, okay, how the KGB got into the Russian government. So, you know what I mean? So what I'm saying is like, is that if you remove, it's the same thing with, I mean, I think Putin is really very smart, in a lot, much smarter than Trump, but it's somewhat similar. If they get rid of Putin, they can put somebody else in his place that will kind of do similar things. Okay, so the thing is exactly that. You have to I'll go after the money. Okay, get rid of the money and trace their money and get rid of it. Okay, but in order for that to, so this is the thing, guys, it's like you have to, there are more sanctions and stop all of the thing. Like, it's very dramatic, but that's how, guys, this is how they got to the West, is by offering money to people, to, as guys, from Facebook to, how like there's a big investor in Facebook that is that they literally put KBG, I'm sorry, Russian money into the hands of okay, Zuckerberg. So, okay, so like from the early age, they're very smart about it. They started spreading their money around, buying things, investing in things, being sounding friendly until they needed something, and they do. So you know what I mean? So this is it. So that's the answer. The answer is money. How do you get rid of them without a war? Money. Go after their money, period. That's it. Because they're greedy and they're corrupt. Totally corrupt. Okay, they're like thieves. Okay, but has to be a worldwide operation. Kind of like, I'm sorry, guys, like Al Qaeda or whatever you call it, right? The whole world was going after these people, right? The terrorists or whatever. The same way, I'm sorry. Okay, seriously, right? Like the same thing has to be done. Okay, that's what it sounds like to me here. Okay.